Good afternoon, Blue Line family. I'm Tom Bailey, Superintendent of Washington Courthouse City Schools, coming to you live from Washington High School today. We've had an exciting season of winter sports, and it has finally come to a close, but I just wanted to point out a few great honors that have come in for a couple of our student athletes since the last time that I saw you, last Thursday. I did want to recognize two of our Lady Lion basketball players, Rihanna Burns, who has been given special mention for the All-State team, and I also want to say congratulations to Hannah Haycock. She has been named first team All-State for Division II. So this is a pretty big deal because this means that she is in, if they take the top 5 players in the state in Division II, Hannah's right there with them. So congratulations to both of you for a fantastic season. We're really looking forward to our spring season coming up, and many of our spring athletes are conditioning and practicing right now, and spring season will start very shortly. The second thing I want to bring up to you today and talk to you a moment about is preserving our history here in Washington Courthouse City Schools. As you know, we had several historic buildings prior to our current buildings being built 10 years ago. It's hard to believe that we've been in these buildings for 10 years already. But we have artifacts from Washington High School and Washington Middle School, the historic Washington Middle School over on North Street, that we want to look at preserving. And we have a great group of individuals who will be doing this through our Alumni Association. Trevor Patton, who's our Communication and Marketing Director, is working very closely with longtime community member Pam Fike and the class of 1958 in getting some of these artifacts preserved so that we can once again integrate them into our buildings and into our culture here in our current buildings. If you want to be involved in this project, if you want to partner with the class of 1958, if you want to do something substantial for the history of our district, please reach out to Mr. Patton, or you can check our Facebook or our website pages and get more information regarding that, and we'd love to have you help with this project. So today we have a very special guest with us. We have Ashley Henry, and Ashley comes to us via the Fayette County Memorial Hospital, and she is our athletic trainer, and she takes care of the health and well-being and all of our sports injuries with all of our athletes throughout the year. So she works year-round with us, with our fall athletes, our winter athletes, and our spring athletes. And this month, March, is National Athletic Trainer Month for all of the athletic trainers in all the high schools throughout the country. So welcome, Ashley. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having
So
me.
tell us a little bit about what you do for us and the Blue Line family, and specifically our athletes.
So I am kind of their first responder. I'm their healthcare provider. So I work with athletes daily, go to all their sporting events. I travel with the teams if they make it past tournament, and I'm here to diagnose, evaluate injuries, any emergency care I'm here for, and then I can do rehab, injury prevention, basically a wide variety of things I can do for our athletes.
Okay, so right now we're kind of in a lull in terms of competition.
Mm-hmm.
We finished all of our winter competitions. We're not quite to our spring competitions. So what type of work are you doing for our athletes right now on a daily basis as you come in and see them?
So they're starting practices, a lot of like baseball, softball, and track. They're starting getting into their routine of their current sport. A lot of injury prevention right now. So a lot of stretching, making sure they're hitting the weight room, working with them to improve their bodies for their sport. A lot of them are feeling pretty sore right now, getting into a new sport, so a lot of injury prevention's being done right now.
So probably, do we see more injuries now at the beginning of the season because their bodies might not be used to it?
A little bit, and like what you do in one sport is not going to be the same thing that you do for another. So a lot of athletes are like, I feel pretty conditioned. I don't know why I'm hurting in this sport. It's just like getting their bodies ready for something new.
Okay,
So,
great. What are some things that our student athletes can do? We have parents out there who are watching, and we have student athletes that might not be competing this spring season, but they'll be competing next fall, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things they can do between now and their season to stay in shape and to stay conditioned so that they can prevent injuries in the future?
Yeah, I think we have a great weight program here. I think hitting weights, I think getting your body stronger, also getting adequate rest for your body is smart. Staying conditioned, whether that's running, weightlifting, footwork, agility, but also rest. Their body definitely needs rest to get ready for their next season.
Super, and we do have a great weight program here,
Mm-hmm.
and certainly they can come in and condition with we have a paid staff member to be out there during wait times.
Yes, and like our coaches are very good at getting them in there, working with them as well. I've noticed that the coaches are really hands-on and with that too, so that's good to see from my aspect as well.
Good. So we have a couple of big sports coming up this spring. We have baseball and softball.
Mm-hmm.
We also have track. A lot of away events, a lot of events.
Yes.
How do you take care of yourself? Because after all, this is your month. March is
Yes.
athletic trainer month, so we need to make sure we're taking care of you. So what do you do personally to make sure you gear up for the season, especially baseball, softball, where you're having every night is an event?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do
The
personally?
nice thing is with my job, I'm lucky enough to have my mornings. So I don't get to work until about 2 o'clock every day. So I have my mornings to take care of myself, eat well, I go to the weight room myself, I work out myself. So just taking care of myself in the morning, having rest, and then that way I can dedicate my time here in the afternoons and the evenings.
Super. So if a student needs to see you about an injury, or maybe they want to just talk to you about conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
How do they get a hold of you here at school? Do you have certain hours you're here that you try to be in the training room, or how's that work?
Yeah, so I get here around 2 o'clock every day. Most of the students know that by the time they're out of school, I'm either in my athletic training room here in the school or in the one in the field house. So they can come to me during then, and then I don't leave until the last athlete leaves.
Okay.
So I'm here for the entire duration of sports. And then I know if they have issues at school, they usually either go to their coach, and if they're a teacher here, they contact me, or I know that students have gone to either Mark or Mr. Rose, and they've contacted me just to kind of give me a heads up, like, hey, there's an athlete here, they're wanting to see you, what time will you be here? And I let them know so they can come see me when they get done with school.
Very good. Is there anything else that you want to tell us that maybe I didn't ask, that would anything for the parents out there or community members to let you know what you do? Or
I'm excited to be here. I love my job. I love working with these kids. It's an honor to get to know them and watch them succeed and to make sure they're healthy in the process. So excited to be here.
Great. Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Ashley,
you.
for everything that you do for our student athletes. Certainly, parents, if you have any questions about athletic conditioning, you can go to your child's coach or send your student athlete to the coach to ask those questions. And certainly, if it needs to be taken further, Ashley will be the one dealing with anything with prevention of injuries or injuries themselves. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. We look forward to coming back to you live again next Thursday for another edition of Facebook Live with the Superintendent.